last 15 years, it was all about growth. It was all about the quality of the growth and high growth. And we think we are now at a juncture where there's been a market shift away from that, from these drivers, and that really started occurring in 2021 and has been in place since. A lot of market participants have not really realized that yet or leaned into this, and we think it's a missed opportunity. We really need to think about what's happening in the market, that there is a regime change, and that means you need to think about exposing yourself differently to the market. I think that the shift really started at the back end of last year, where investors realized the US market is fairly richly valued, even though earnings growth is still coming through. But people then, because of the political change that has been happening in the US and more trade barriers going up around the world and deglobalization really accelerating, people have started shifting their asset allocation away from the US, looking for new homes, and that has been benefiting Japanese equities, EM to some degree, even though people are still a bit more cautious about that, and then also European equities. Particularly in the first 6 months of this year, we've seen significant flows into European equities. That's been mainly driven by domestic investors, and it has been mainly into passive. The question is passive the right place to be? Would probably say no, because of course you get a market exposure, get the beta exposure, but what you really want is the alpha opportunity. And when you buy the index, you buy the past. So you're basically buying the companies, the sectors that have been dominating the past regime or the past market, and you're not looking forward, you're not looking into the future where what will drive the next regime. Be active, because of what I just described. Is don't look back, don't buy what has been working for the last 5-10 years, but think about what will work if the regime change really comes through in earnest, and there's a lot of powerful drivers underpinning this. Think about what's forward will drive earnings and what will be the beneficiaries in terms of companies, sectors, and we see the shift away from international businesses suffering from trade barriers, from a fracturing geopolitical backdrop, and the focus being more on domestic spend. There's a lot of fiscal spend in Europe as well that would benefit domestically allocated businesses, and we think being active and really looking at the entire opportunity set is key for that, because you have that ability to look forward and be unconstrained in that regard, and really look at the best opportunities from large cap to small cap, from value to growth.